Hi, friends, and welcome to Peace is Here. I'm your host, Avis Kalfsbeek. This is another episode in the Wolff Peace series, a journey through Robert Paul Wolff's 1966 anthology, Political Man and Social Man. In each episode, we pair one of the great political theorists from Wolff's book with someone who lived peace as a daily radical practice. Together, they help us explore the tension between power and principle and what peace truly requires. The Thinker, Jeremy Bentham, 1748 to 1832. Today's thinker is Jeremy Bentham, English philosopher and founder of modern utilitarianism. Bentham believed that the foundation of morality in politics should be one simple principle: the greatest happiness of the greatest number. In Political Man and Social Man, Wolff presents Bentham's The Principle of Utility, where all decisions, personal and political, should aim to maximize pleasure and minimize pain. Bentham developed elaborate ways to calculate human happiness and argued that laws, institutions, and even punishments should serve this overarching goal. His vision of peace was pragmatic: align policy with well-being, and society will prosper. But critics have long noted that utilitarianism can lead to ethical blind spots, especially when the happiness of the majority comes at the expense of the vulnerable few. Peace Pairing, Leymah Gbowee, born 1972. To bring the principle of utility into conversation with human dignity and spiritual courage, we turn to Leymah Gbowee, Liberian peace activist and Nobel Peace Prize winner. In the early 2000s, as Liberia spiraled into civil war, Gbowee organized a grassroots movement of Christian and Muslim women who staged nonviolent protests, sit-ins, and even a sex strike to demand peace. Against all odds, their persistence helped bring an end to the war and led to the election of Africa's first female head of state, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Gbowee's work wasn't based on abstract calculations. It was grounded in fierce love, community, and a refusal to accept that peace should ever be postponed. She writes, "Peace is not the absence of war, but the presence of conditions that allow people to flourish." When Bentham sought to measure happiness, Gbowee demanded justice for those whose pain had gone unseen. Her vision of peace is not just quantitative, it's personal, political, and powerfully collective. Bentham offers a framework for aligning society with the well-being of many. Gbowee reminds us not to forget the margins, where peace is too often a distant promise. Together they ask, what does it mean to value happiness, and whose happiness counts? Your peace questions to ponder. Big picture. Can justice be measured? Or must peace always listen for voices too easily drowned out by the majority? Day-to-day life. In your own decisions, how do you balance what feels useful and what feels deeply right? That concludes this episode of Peace is Here. You can learn more at aviskalfsbeek.com, where I share updates on this podcast and my books. I write best friend activist short fiction in the Pedro the Water Dog Saves the Planet series, eco-adventure novellas for readers who care about justice, joy, and saving the world one story at a time. And I'd be grateful if you followed my Kickstarter campaign at aviskalfsbeek.com/Kickstarter. Coming up next, more thinkers, more peace pairings, and more bold questions from the Wolff Peace series. This episode is human narrated by me, but created with the help of AI, which has promised to let me know if it makes something up. So far, no confessions. But if you believe I've missed something, or if you just want to say hello, I'd love to hear from you. Podcast music is Dalai Lama Riding a Bike by Javier Peque Rodriguez. You'll find links to his music on Spotify and Bandcamp in the show notes. If you enjoyed this podcast, it really helps me if you subscribe on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. A quick rating or review helps others discover peaceful, independent storytelling. And if you have a project that can use a calm, peaceful narrator, my cloned voice, Amaya Calm, is now available in the 11 Labs Voice Library. AMAYA Calm. The voice is designed to support storytelling that promotes peace and dignity. You can even have a Maya Calm read to you using the 11 Labs Reader app. She sounds like this. Peace is not something you wish for. It's something you make, something you do, something you are, and something you give away. John Lennon. If you haven't used 11 Labs yet, it helps me if you use the link in the show notes below. The link is try.11labs.io/peace, and 11 Labs is spelled out. I'll earn a small affiliate payment which supports my creative projects focused on peace. I'm Avis Kalfsbeek. Thank you again. Until next time, listen for the peace.